Good evening, everyone. Today, let's look at the POS and accounts receivable. We have two ERPs which are available right now, which people are currently using. All the two ERPs have both the point of sales and accounts receivable. Okay, what's the difference between the two ERP? The first one, CA Premium Accounting Package, is only used for those people who are using local area network. Wow, the Alexander 2 Cloud, this one is used for those people who have branches all over the country. That is Zambia and across the borders of Zambia. Okay. These are fast ERPs. There is nothing like you have queues, people will be queuing in order to buy their merchandise. No, it doesn't work that way. Whether your branch is in Livingstone and you have your head office in Lusaka, you operate as if you are actually using the local area network. It's so fast. That's way how it is. There is nothing like there is downtime. It doesn't exist. If you are looking for ERPs, which has both as the POS or point of sales, and also big invoices which you can use for those people who buy in bulk and pay after some time. These are the ERPs which you can use. For you to understand what I'm talking about, first let me start with the point of sales so that you see what really happens. For point of sales, you simply go to point of sales here. Okay, create an invoice here. All right, you can see the form it has opened here. All you need to do, you simply create a ticket. Okay, when you create a ticket, you save the ticket first. Okay, when you save the ticket, then now all you need to do, you come down here and retrieve the saved ticket here, which is 132, right? Then now from here, if you are selling spare parts, maybe you are using also, you are using this POS for also the bakery or maybe a cafeteria, you don't need to scan. But those who want to use this same POS for supermarkets, we advise you to buy a scanner. Yes, but for now, we are assuming that, okay, you want to use this POS for maybe if you are a distributor selling beer, soft drinks, and all, you simply send the ticket now to ZRI for signing. You wait a little bit for it to connect. And unfortunately, where I am, we have the poor network this side of Rivara South. Yeah, so I'm trying to use a phone, a router failed. It can't even work. Yeah, you can see it has gone. I'm using a phone here, right? So I'm waiting for my receipt to come out. All right. Yeah. So that is the receipt which has come out for those three products which I've sold. So you can even use the QR to confirm that this receipt is with the ZRI portal. Okay. Now, I don't want to print this, yeah, because this is a demo, yeah. Although the receipt is live, it has gone to ZRI portal, yeah. Only their test mode. Okay. So I'll close it there. I think you have seen it there. So close it here as well. So now, if you want a report for that same thing which we have done, the receipt which we have done, you have what we call daily banking here. It will analyze shop by shop and the cashier by cashier so that you are able to see how much each cashier has collected. All right. So now, since the cashier is myself, I expect to see only my name and the location where I'm found. All right. So I'll use this, okay, so that we see how the small report. You can see the small report is coming there. It's coming out there. Okay, it says the cashier is admin manager, which is myself there. All right. Okay. It shows where what I've sold there and everything there. All right. So you can see there is 60, my 620 is also coming through there. No issue. So now, suppose I want to analyze more that sale. What you need to do, if you want to see what is actually sold, and the invoice itself analyzed in detail, you just go to the sales report. The sales report has two reports attached there to make life easier for you. Okay, so I'll select again my headquarters there, headquarters, and the preview here. All right, okay, fine. Mm-hmm. So this is what I have. So it's analyzed. Okay. As you can see here, we have chicken wings. It shows what I've sold there. Chips. Okay. Shakers and everything there. Okay. At the end here, okay, it gives me a total. You can see it's 2,620 there. All right. Yeah. So now, after doing that, all right. So if I check my trial balance for today, yeah, okay. I expect to see the sales part and the receipt control account. Receipt control accounts means those are receipts which are expected to go to the bank. So receipt control account, I expect to see 620 there. All right. I'll select only for today. Let's see what happens from there. Then we can move on. Okay. Like I said, our internet is very poor this side, but there is nothing that we can do about. The job has to be done. Whether we have poor network, yeah, as you can see here, you have your VAT there, receipt control account. Remember that 620 it has come here. So, so 620 minus VAT gives you the net revenue of 513.79. So your trial balance balances here automatically without even passing any journal whatsoever. Everything works okay. Now, tomorrow morning, let's assume that, okay, the whole amount, this part of money, 600 has gone to the bank. 20 kwacha was used as transport. So what you do when you have a situation like that, you simply uh, come here under advanced accounts and use what we call universal journal here. Okay, the universal journal will allow you to now do things like this to say, okay, uh, 620. Okay, so here we are going to say receipts, receipts. From there, we are going to say, okay, okay. So which bank are we going to bank that 600? Because 20 kwacha has been used as a transport. Okay. We can say, okay, maybe let's say, is there anything like Zanaco? Okay, Zanaco kwacha maybe. That's where we have an account. So we say cash deposit here. What I'm trying to say is all the receipts for the day, batch them, okay? Once you have batched all the receipts, you have a list using those POS receipts which I showed you there, okay? Then total them, count the cash, then make a deposit. One deposit for all those where there are 100 receipts, make a cash up receipts. Okay? Then from there, once you have done that, then you can simply say cash deposit, okay, deposit from POS, so that whoever is reconciling this account can know. Then uh, reference number. If you are lucky, the deposit number, they are sequentially serial, you can put the serial number. Or if there is nothing there, you just buy a serial number machine. You just stamp it so that it's easier for someone who is reconciling to know to say, okay, this deposit is this one. So let's assume that I've got a deposit slip which is serially numbered with a stamping machine. So I will simply say maybe the number which I have is something like this. Okay. So I will simply say, okay, fine. So the bank receives how much? 600. This amount which I'm putting there, it means that the deposit had gone, let's say it went today in the morning there. Okay, in the afternoon, I'm able to see it on the bank statement showing there. So that is confirmation enough. Because the trouble is, if you simply journal it like that, what if the cashier on the way has also another shortage? Okay, so which means that part of the money which went to the bank, you need to debit the cashier there. So we are assuming that the cashier was trustworthy enough, there was no shortage there. Okay, everything was okay, and the money 600 is appearing in our bank account. We are able to see it by the way of looking at the bank deposit. And sorry, bank statement, sorry. So now the other 20 kwacha, let's say 20 kwacha, okay, travel expense and the logistics. Okay, maybe that's what we have used, part of it. Okay, so we can say 20 kwacha there. Yeah, good. So now, this money we are journaling out from receipt control account. Remember that receipt control account there, we are clearing, it's a clearing account. So we clear it like this. So 620, right? Mm-hmm. Done. So you simply save. This is the Universal Accountants Journal. So now, for it to move out there, we need to post that journal now. Post that journal. All right. So post, I think it was journal number 9. Yeah, we post that one. Right? You see? Update complete. So we say okay and close here. Now, let's go and check whether the cash book is now introduced. All right, so now what we do, we go back to our trial balance. We just want to confirm the figures and ensure that everything is perfect. All right, so we check here. Again, to ensure that everything is fine. All right. Okay. As you can see, the receipt control account has disappeared because it's replaced with the Zanaco Kwacha account. You can see the 600 has come to Zanaco Kwacha account as confirmed the amount seated in the bank. The shortage, not the shortage, the 20 kwacha which we used for travel expenses, we have also debited this expense account. Okay, as you can see there, right? Okay, so now in this case, if you check our trial balance is balancing, there is nothing wrong there. All right. So now, if we go and check the cash book, let's see. Um, if we do this, we go and check our cash book for today's transaction. Okay, okay. So that cash book is called Zanaco. Yeah, this one here. All right. We do it like that. You can see our 600 is seated here. So our cash book is talking to our bank statement. And it tells us to say the amount which is seated there is coming from what? POS. So this system is very, very simple and straightforward. Okay, you don't need anything complex. These are straightforward issues. Yeah. So now, what if in the morning we sold someone on a credit basis, but in the afternoon, okay, he did a transfer, what we call internal transfer. You know, internal transfers, they're like an email. The moment a transfer is done, it automatically reflects in that in your account. So now let's see, come back here and say, okay, fine. Um, Mr. Christopher came and he bought some merchandise here. All right. So it was maybe he had some kind of a party or a birthday for one of his relatives there. He bought some chicken and the wings. Okay. So then here we'll say how many packets there were 10. All right. Yeah. Good. Total 1,500, which is D. Okay. And maybe there were also some drinks which he bought. Okay. Okay. Let's say some snacks, tea and snacks, things like that. Okay. So sell there. So here, maybe some snacks were 20, right? Okay. So, okay, we have a figure like that. So total amount, we are saying 4,712. All right. So what we do is these are credit sales. He has not paid in cash. So save there, right? Then we come back here and send that transaction to ZRA as well portal. Okay. Let's wait a little bit. Like I said, we have a challenge with our network here. The internet is so poor, so it takes a bit of time to respond. Because right now, I'm now resorting to use my phone. As you can see, it has come back here. Okay. So now I need to check to give him an invoice to confirm that, okay, those are credit sales which he did. So this is a big invoice signifying credit sales. So let me try to make it a little bit big so that we are able to see. You can see it's analyzed here and the total amount is there. Okay. So this is the original tax invoice. All right. Okay. Everything properly signed. It has gone to ZRA. Okay. Zambian Kwacha there. All right. Everything is okay. These are the merchandise which he bought. Now, one more issue. This take note 4,712. So if I go in his account, that is the amount which I should go and see seated there. Right? Okay. On which invoice, serial number 109. Take note of that. Okay. So we close here. But before we do anything, you need to post that invoice so that it goes to the general ledger and also the sub ledger, which is the customer statement. All right. So now to go to the customer ledger, you simply click here. It's already linked there. So we want to see his account, what has happened, whether it is debited with 4,007 something. Okay, if you still remember, so it's this one, yeah. So here, all the datas, they fall under data's control. So you just select the control account, which is the data's, so and the preview. All right. Okay, fair enough. Let's see what is actually seated there. Okay, yeah. As you can see here, there is one invoice seated there, and it's for 4,712. No opening balance. Okay, and this invoice is analyzed to current. As you can see within 30 days. So now, we have seen this account statement, which we can send at the end of the month. Okay. These are proper ERP, whereby you don't have to to start working out a customer statement in Excel. If you are starting working out a customer statement in Excel, that is not an ERP, it's useless. Yeah, there is no need for such kind of things. It will just confuse you. Throw it away. You don't need it. Okay. So now, in this case, this guy, remember I said afternoon, he did a transfer of the how much? 4,712, right? Okay. So now, if that is the case, we need to create a receipt because we have checked on the bank statement is reflecting there. So we have to acknowledge that amount by creating a receipt for him. All right. So fine. So what we'll do, we'll come here and create a receipt here. All right. So we'll simply say transfer here. Okay. Remember, checks are no longer there. Okay, if the transfer number, there is a number there, you can use it. So, according to that, that is the bank which has which you used, and it has reflected to today, right? How much is the amount? 4,712. Okay. So invoice number, remember I told you it was 109. All right. So now, which customer here is this one? So you select the customer there and wait for the software to do the double entry and the nitty-gritties and everything there. All right. So now it has given us a receipt number 8. So you simply save it here. And my advice to you, you print a receipt and always give a receipt to the customer. That's a good practice. Yeah. So that the customer can have also a record there. So you print your receipt where? There. All right. This is the official receipt which you give to the customer there. You can see. Yeah, it gives even the invoice number there. It's easier for their record. Okay. Down here, it also analyzes that it is 4,712 in words. All right. After printing the receipt, or if you are emailing, if you want to email, you just come here. You can put your receipt either in Word or PDF, but PDF is much better because it's not easy to alter it. All right. So you close there. Now, that receipt hasn't yet been posted. So you need to authorize that receipt here. Okay. You do it like this. All right. And authorize it here. All right. So it's actually being posted there. Yes. Like I said, my network is very, very bad. Now it has finished. Okay, done. All right, good. So now, if it is posted, how about his ledger now, customer statement now? Is it showing 0 or not? Let's go and check and confirm. I hope you people, you are following me here. This is an indigenous software which was developed here in Zambia, the first indigenous accounting software which we have here in Zambia, developed here in our country. There are two. One is CA Premier Accounting Package for local area network. The other one is Alexander 2 for cloud accounting. Cloud means you are hooking several depots, whether they are 50 together, okay? But you are seated at one place, but you have people who are using the same software in different places, but you are able to see their transaction at one place, okay? Maybe the head office. Remember here I was saying data's control account, okay? Preview here. Want to see whether that receipt has gone to his account to uh, cancel the debit balance, okay? As you can see, this is a transfer here with that receipt number, okay? 109, it's written here 109, okay? Okay, so now there is a credit of that which has wiped out that debit balance. So this account is 0 now. All right, now remember, we are saying this receipt, since it was done instantly, transfer by the customer. So it's already confirmed on our bank statement. Then what are we going to do? We need to say, okay, if that is the case, we need to go straight to the cash book and allocate that receipt. How do we do it? We come here and use our cash book. As you can see, our cash book has a couple of patterns here, okay? If I do this, all right, and do this, all right, okay, then we say it is an ACO, that is the cash book, which is the Kwacha account, this one here. So if I say here receipts, I'm not talking of payment. Payment is something else. So here we need to see. You see, I've got my 4,712 here. All right, waiting to be allocated. It's not yet allocated there. Okay. If I check in the book, the bank there, I will not be able to see it. All right. What I mean is, if I come here direct to check in a cash book, sorry, here, I want to see the 4,000 because it hasn't yet, I haven't yet done something to make sure that that account, that amount is there. We only see that 600 from POS. Okay. So if I say Zanaco, okay. So Zanaco, all right. So we do it like this. I want to see it there. You can see it's only 600, which I'm seeing here. Okay. But here I'm saying that 4,712 is already confirmed. What are we going to do? Are we going to pass a journal? No. We simply allocate it. So we simply come here and say allocate receipt. Okay. As you can see here, this form has given me this exactly that receipt. So if there are many receipts which are not allocated, let's say from the first day of the month, you just increase the range, then they'll be picked. So now, where are we allocating this? Okay, we are allocating it to Zanaco Kwacha account. Have you seen that message? I've done it deliberately so that you see what goes on. You have not ticked that amount to allocate. So, would you like to stop uh, and tick it now? Yes, I will say no. So that it gives me a leeway, okay, to go and tick that. Okay, so it is ticked now, all right? So since it's ticked now, okay, then I can simply say, okay, yeah, so save my transaction there. It's saved, right? So now, let me check now my cash book again. Have you seen that my cash book now is showing an increase of 4,712 with that receipt? So it has increased because I've allocated it has come here now. Okay. So this is the way how you allocate your cash book. And the balance which is seated in the bank statement and what you have here will be always equal. The only differences will be maybe commission and the bank charges, which you can easily journal them out to expenses. Okay? Yeah. So payment is also similar. If it was a payment, there is also payment allocation here, which is very straightforward. You just check the payment, which was normally these days, the way how we do the payment, we don't write checks. We simply transfer to the bank. Once it is it is reflecting on the bank, you simply allocate it to whatever bank it is. Yeah, you move on. It's the same thing. Everything's here. So if your ERP doesn't work like this, my advice to you is just throw it away. It's just wasting your time. Okay? Yeah. We are in the modern era of AI. Okay. So we don't want people to suffer. No, everything should be smooth, straightforward. Nothing like you start struggling with the numbers, whatever. That's useless. Just concentrate with your business. Okay. Only concentrate with strategy, not numbers. Numbers, let the ERP do its own thing. You only need a person to assist you, not even a qualified accountant, not even a qualified technician. No, even a person from straight from grade 12 can handle this. You only need to tell them to say, okay, where you'll be allocating the expenses, we have only maybe 4 bank accounts. Okay, you name the bank accounts. Once you see the receipt on this bank account, you simply take it to that. The double entry the system does on its own. Okay, now what you are going to see, you remember we allocated it here. All right. So now, how did it do the double entry? Let's see if it has taken into account that was already the cash book is showing how much, what is the balance? 5,312. Let's see our trial balance. What is it showing there? Okay. Our trial balance for today, what is it showing here? Our trial balance for today, what is it showing here? Right, let's see. Let's see what is there. We move on to some other areas as well. Yeah, the internet is also really a problem. You can see Zanaco is showing 5,312. But now the question which you should have asked to say, what has happened? How did it do the double entry? That is our secret. Okay? Like I said, the software knows it thinks more than a human being what to do. If you are to do the double entry yourself, maybe that they may end up making a mistake by misposting it, but the software can't do that. It knows. Okay. So that's what happens. That is the reason why I'm saying for this software, okay, 95% of bookkeeping is done by itself. Only 5% maybe depreciation and a few provisions. Yes, you can, a human being can handle that. Okay. But these others are automated. We have used the AI to ensure that these things are properly done. Okay, to make life easier. Your job is to simply concentrate with your business, how to make it, how to make sure that your business grows, not accounting entries. What for? Why do you need to do all these things yourself? No, let the system handle everything for you. Okay. So we are done with this. Remember, this is the crowd which I'm using. Okay. This is not a local area network. Yeah, I wanted it specifically to use crowd so that you understand what goes on there. All right. So now let me also check if my income statement is also building up. Remember, we have a sale there and the one expense there. All right. So let's see what has happened there. An expense of 20 kwacha travel, remember, and the logistic, if you can still recall. Yeah. So I want to see that sale of, okay, one for POS and the other one is for the big invoice credit sales. So it should be combined to give us about something like 4,000 something. Is it 49 or somewhere there? Okay, let's see. I want to see what has happened because I expect at least two lines to be there. Yeah. So again, okay, there we are. You remember that 4,050 something it has come here. And the expense account for that 20 kwacha, which I said was used for logistic. Automatically it comes here. Okay. This minus that gives you that. That is what we call proper ERP. Not you go again in Excel, you start battling in Excel to say, let me make now a profit and loss. What for? That is useless. You don't need it. Yeah. Let the system do everything for you. You don't have to go and start doing all such kind of things. That is rubbish. Yeah. So concentrate with your business. Let everything be automated. Yeah. Even the balance sheet is also done automatically. Yeah. So that's the thing. So the next thing, which I think I can show you, um, for salaries, we have also the payroll, which is also there. If you want to handle the payroll, that is something for the other day. Okay. Budgets, you can also run your budgets here. They are also there. Inventory, inventory is also here. You can have your stock report being done here. You don't have to do anything in Excel. Okay. Unless if you are exporting the stock report to Excel, well and good, that's okay. Yeah. So, if you are running maybe procurement is actually done in two areas. Yeah, if you are buying merchandise or finished goods, raw materials or whatever, depending to your your policy at your organization. Some prefer to you to start the process from requisition. Okay, if you are starting from requisition, you only need to come here and where it says create purchase order here. All right. Yeah. Then you come here and open requisition there. All right. You can see this is your requisition. You just fill in the forms. After the people have brought you the quotation, you pass those quotation to the tender committee. Okay, if you have the tender committee, if you don't have the tender committee, the procurement officer will handle that in conjunction with the users. The users will appraise those quotations and choose which one is better for them. Once that is done, all you need to do is import this quotation, sorry, you cross here. You come here and link that quotation to the purchase order so that you don't have to retype it again. Okay, so the only thing which you need to do is, because it will come as quotation, you select now the supplier where here. Select the correct supplier. That's it, and save it. Once it's saved, it becomes an order. Automatically changes from quotation to an order. All right. So now, once the order is done, okay, that is the one a legal document which will send it to the supplier so that they can send you the merchandise. All right. Once you receive the merchandise, all you need to do is you come to under inventory, then GRN. I'm sure most of you people, you are famous, you are very much aware of the GRN and everything. This is where you prepare your GRN. The GRN again, you simply link it to your purchase order there. Okay. If the goods only if maybe 80% has come, you simply edit whatever drops here and put whatever you have counted there. Whatever is not pending will remain pending. Once they come in at the other time, you create now the second GRN to clear them. It could be maybe the truck can only manage 2 roads or even 3 roads. Yeah, like that. So which means that if it's 3 roads, you are going to have 3 GRNs, okay, until the order is complete. As simple as that. But you have to be careful. If you are buying the goods from outside Zambia, it might come with, I think, let me do this so that you understand what this is. You can see the cost elements here. Let me try to move this form. Okay, you have the freight here, insurance, handling charges, customs fees, others, all such kind of things. It means that you have to capture all this so that they are factored in as part of the landed cost of your material or product. Okay, that's all. Once it is done, everything is done, you simply match your GRN here with the order, okay, then post it or authorize it, or you can print it here before posting it. Okay, once it is done, okay, maybe let's assume that the following day the invoice comes. What do? You simply come here and say, okay, fine, post the invoice. Here, all what you are doing, okay, you are booking the invoice, okay, which is matched with the GRN. Or when we say GRN, okay, I'll use the local, our English language here. When we are saying GRN, others call it GRV or goods received voucher. Okay, so it can be interchanged, goods received voucher or goods received note. They mean the same thing. You simply get your, here you are simply matching your GRN with the, select your GRN there, you are matching it with the invoice, okay? You put your currency there, okay, invoice number there. The moment you select the supplier there, everything now populate, okay, as the GRN which you have created. Make sure that your GRN matches up with the invoice there. Then you post them, that's it. Once posted now, the next thing will be payment. How do you pay? Okay, you simply go under payment voucher here. All right. All right. So now the beauty about this software, you don't have to do anything, no. All the invoices which are not yet paid relating to that particular customer, they will be lined up under the name of that particular software. Maybe chicken and chips, you see that. So any unpaid invoice, the moment you select that, all the invoice will be dropping here. They will be lined up here. So you simply select and tick those invoices which you want to pay. That's it. Then you simply print the payment voucher here. You move on. Once the payment voucher is printed and authorized, it goes and sits under payment control account. Remember, the receipt control account is the opposite now. Once the payment is confirmed by the bank, you simply allocate it. Remember, I showed you where to allocate here. You simply come to the cash book here. Instead of now choosing the receipt allocation, you choose now allocate payment here. So you simply say, maybe if there was any payment for today, you simply do it like this. Okay, today's which is 23, and you choose this one. Okay, a form will open. Now you can see my form is empty here. There is nothing to allocate here. Okay, yeah. Okay, so now I think we have talked enough. Yeah, what else do we need? Those who are dealing with the hotel is also there. You can do your food and beverage. Yeah, it's also there. Okay, if you are dealing with the fixed assets, this one is straightforward. You capture your fixed asset data where? Mm, here. Okay, this form will help you to capture all the fixed asset, okay, and allocate to the category where they belong. This same form, this same module also does the depreciation automatically for you. As simple as that. So I think I've talked too much. Today we can end here, but allow me to say thank you to my family who supported me during the this program, the coding of this software, which started in 2016. Okay, we started with the CA Premier, which is our flag career. Then from there, we decided to put also um, Nectar Prime, Alexander 2, Cloud. Okay, so there are two accounting software or the ERPs. Many thanks to my wife who helped me, okay, and gave me support, Mwinde, my children. We have Christopher, my firstborn, Junior. Then we have Chongo, Mwape, and our last born daughter, Florence. Many thanks. I'm highly indebted to you people for the support you gave me to ensure that this program is a success. Professionally, I'm also highly indebted to our ACCA program. Without ACCA, I would have not done this. This is a tougher thing, yeah, and I think I did a very good job choosing that program. I'm highly indebted to those. I learned a lot and I'm happy about it. Okay, see you next time. Bye bye for now.